A fiesta of exquisite blooms, with the hum of bumblebees and breathtaking greenery everywhere. Summer is in full bloom here at the New York Botanical Garden. Founded during New York's Gilded Age, this beauty sits at the top of New York City. It is a 250-acre crown jewel. 1 million visitors flock each year to the Bronx. They come to see ever-changing grounds, bursts of color at the Spring Orchid Show, the toy trains at Christmas, and the renowned artists who use these grounds as their canvas. A stroll through this garden will take you to almost every major climate, from the arid deserts to the lush rainforests, and even lead you to touch, smell, and, yes, taste all that the garden can offer.
Different.
Beyond this undeniable beauty lies a world-renowned research centre, a stately library that houses one of the largest collections of plant research and records in the world. The mission here is simple: to conserve the natural world. The great cycle of life, from birth to death and renewal, fitting in a city that is constantly reinventing itself. Now, one of the problems for Jennifer Bernstein, who's the CEO of the New York Botanical Garden, is to make sure that this place is relevant for everyone, not just those tourists who visit, or indeed those Manhattanites and other New Yorkers, but what about those who actually live in the Bronx as well? This is their garden, it's on their doorstep, and Jennifer Bernstein's very keen to make sure this is a place for all.
It's a wonderful place. We have 1 million visitors a year, and many people know our programs for children. We have 100,000 school kids that come every year. But we're also a globally significant plant research organization. We have a herbarium here with 8 million plant specimens that are used by researchers all over the world. So it's a significant institution.
You're relatively new in post-pandemic, relatively new in post. Why did you want to come here? What was the challenge?
Yeah, I think it's the combination of a destination that's beloved by New Yorkers and families, the holiday train show, all of these things that are so important to the fabric of New York City, with the educational mission and the science mission. You know, we started as a science institution. That's how we began. And so the role of plant science right now, as we think about the various challenges that the world is facing, seemed very important to me, and the opportunity to tell that story in this kind of a place was very exciting.
But having stewardship of something as well-known and important as the Botanical Gardens has its own challenges for you. Namely, every New Yorker thinks they know better on how you should be running this place and what you should be doing here.
Well, I think everyone can find their own version of the Botanical Garden. That's one of the wonderful things about it. So if you come for the Rose Garden, when that's in season, that's magnificent. If you want to come for the spring flowering season or for the orchid show, as you mentioned. So everyone can find their way into it.
If I go to the Met, I must see X. If I go to the National Gallery in London, it's clearly Y. What's your must-see?
Well, we're in it. You know, here the conservatory, the Enid A. Haupt Conservatory, is a do not miss if you come to the Botanical Garden.
So what do we have here? I'm seeing a lot of these. What are they?
These are vultures. This is the creation, yes, vultures. This is the creation of Ebony Patterson. She's the artist with whom we've done our summer exhibit this year. And she's created all of these sculptures, including these plants. I think she was looking at the cycles of death and life, and how there's beauty even in the repair of the natural world. You know, vultures they have a bad reputation, and they're very ecologically significant. They're important to the ecosystem, and I think she was exploring that, and also looking at, you know, what we've lost as we see biodiversity decline.
How important is it to you that the place is accessible? Particularly whether the Bronx or whatever, that you don't want it. So many of New York's big institutions are elitist.
How important is it to you that it just, oh, I don't know what it is, but I just go to look at the flowers?
You know, cultural institutions in New York in so many ways are cultural anchors. We were places that were COVID vaccination sites. We were doing all sorts of things for the community. So, you know, from my perspective, during the pandemic, we became open. We have free grounds admission for our Bronx neighbors, and that was a practice that we decided that we would continue. I think it's very important that this is a place that people in the Bronx feel connected to, and we have all kinds of programs to make that come to life.
Because it's got to be accessible. People got to, you know, people can't come through the front door and feel less than because they don't understand the this, that, or the other, or the whatever.
That's exactly right. But also the content has to speak to a wide array of people, and that's something that we think a lot about.
How difficult is it to engage with a younger membership or younger audience who have got their noses in a device? And yes, you will have I can see you've got QR codes galore, and I'm sure I can walk around here with the device and all of that. But that's not really what this is about, is it? And how do you bridge that?
When people are here, they're also wanting to disconnect a little bit from technology. And so for the people who want to get into that content, that's great. But I think this is a place where you can look up and look around, breathe deeply. And I think that there's been a real hunger for that in these last few years. And so we're a place for that kind of refuge.
If I come to the orchid show, would you ask your orchid expert to tell me why my orchids aren't flowering?
I will do that. I will happily do that. And it won't be the first time that he's been asked that question. I can say that for sure.